Welcome, fourth graders. This is the Author's Purpose lesson, PIE, the Author's Purpose PIE lesson for Friday, October 15th. Let's begin. So you've already clicked on the YouTube video because you're hearing me right now and you have the video in front of you. So you're going to click on the Add Response button in this activity for the lesson, and this is going to pop up. Your screen should look like mine when you click on the Author's Purpose lesson activity and you click on Add Response. You'll have these 3 pages. You're going to be filling out these 3 pages and you're going to be typing in the text boxes. You're going to keep the text boxes the color that I already have them. You're not going to change the colors, and you're going to be highlighting on page 3. So you're going to write on page 1 and 2 in the text boxes and highlight on page 3. So you're going to wait until I say the words pause and write. When I say the words pause and write, that means you pause the video and you go back to Seesaw, and you should have this screen, and then you're going to write what I write. You're going to follow along and do what I do when I say pause and write. If I don't say pause and write, that means you're still watching the lesson. So let's get started. Your objective for this lesson is you're going to identify the author's purpose, and you're going to understand the 3 different types of reasons why an author writes something: to persuade, to inform, and to entertain. So we're going to understand the reason why an author writes a text in the first place. So what I want you to do is I want you to watch right now. So while I'm typing, you're just watching. We have to first talk about the meaning of the word author, since we're dealing with author's purpose. An author is a writer of a book, article, or text. You're still watching. The word purpose means, so the meaning of author is a writer of a book, article, or text. The word purpose means the reason why something is done. So now, at this time, I want you to pause and write. What I have in my purple text box should be in your purple text box. An author, a writer of a book, article, or text. Purpose, the reason why something is done. So basically, author's purpose is the reason why a writer writes a book, the reason why a writer writes an article, the reason why a writer writes a text. So pause and write. Let's move on to page 2, if you've unpaused me. Leave the text box color. For persuade, we're going to use yellow. For inform, we're going to use blue. And for entertain, we're going to use green. Another way of saying the word persuade, a synonym, is convince. So whenever the author is persuading you, that means the author is convincing you, trying to convince you. If the author's purpose is to persuade, the author is trying to make someone believe or do something. The word inform basically just means tell. So if the author's purpose is to inform, the author is telling us something. So the meaning of inform is to tell someone about something. So if the author's purpose is to inform, the author is telling someone, meaning you, the reader, about something, something meaning a topic. The word entertain means amuse. The word entertain and amuse are synonyms. They mean the same thing. And if the author's purpose is to entertain, the author is going to provide amusement for someone. Someone being you, the reader. So now, at this time, I want you to pause, and I want you to write down, convince, to make someone believe or do something, tell, to tell someone about something, amuse, to provide amusement for someone. Pause the video and write. Please write the definitions. Now, if you've unpaused me, that means you're ready for page 3. So we are going to highlight. We're going to use our highlighter feature in Seesaw, and it's going to be the 4th tool from the bottom. So on the bottom, you have the little hand where you move the text boxes. You have the pencil, then you have a pen, then you have the highlighter and marker and eraser. We're going to use the 4th one, the highlighter. So I want you to get your highlighter, and we're going to use the color yellow for persuade, and I want you to highlight persuasive text. A persuasive text is trying to get someone to think a certain way. So right now you're just watching. Do something. A persuasive text is trying to get someone to change their opinion on a topic, buy something or try something, and believe in something. Then I want you to get your highlighter at this time. So at this time, I want you to pause and highlight. What I have highlighted, you should be highlighting on page 3 of your notes for this lesson. And the word persuasive means persuade. So whenever the author's purpose is to persuade, the author is trying to get someone to think a certain way, trying to convince them to change their mind. To do something, change your opinion on one topic, to buy something, to try something, or to believe in something. Then I want you to get your marker and switch it to yellow, and I want you to write a P next to persuasive text, like this. So the letter P stands for persuade. Now I want you to get your highlighter, and I want you to switch it to blue. I want you to highlight. Whenever I say the magic words, pause and highlight. Right now you're watching. An informational text, the word informational means inform, should give the reader information over one topic. The purpose is to give information so the reader can learn about a topic. The text is going to include facts are always proven, data, and details. So facts can always be proven, like someone's birthday. So now, at this time, I want you to get your highlighter, and I want you to highlight. So pause and highlight. What I highlight, you should highlight. Then I want you to get your marker and switch it to the blue. And then I want you to write the letter I inside of the informational text box. So pause and highlight. So what I have on my screen should be on your screen on page 3. So then unpause me if you're ready for the next column. We're going to switch our highlighter to green. Entertaining text. Whoops, that's not green. Now it's green. Entertaining texts are for the reader to just enjoy. It is fiction, meaning it's a made-up story. So right now you're just watching. The text is going to include characters, setting, problem, a solution, and a theme. These are all our story elements. You just received the lesson on story elements. So whenever you have a made-up story, the genre is going to be fiction, and these elements have to be in this made-up story. You need to have characters, setting, the location, the when and where, the place in the story, a problem, meaning a challenge, something that the character has to overcome, a solution, how the problem gets fixed, and the theme is a lesson that the character is going to learn, and hopefully you're going to learn that lesson as you read. So then you're going to get your marker, and you're going to draw an E. Now we spelled the word PIE, P-I-E. The P stands for persuade, the I stands for inform, and the E stands for entertain. At this time, pause and highlight. Make sure that you highlight entertaining text, enjoy, fiction, made up, story, character, setting, problem, solution, and theme. So now at this time, you're highlighting and using your marker, and your notes, page 3, should look just like mine. Make sure that you're following along and pause and highlight. So now at this time, you're going to be watching a vocabulary video over author's purpose. And if you want to be swaying back and forth as you listen to the song, you definitely can. It's pretty catchy. So this is the jam right here.
Why do writers write? We got great reasons.
Once again, you're just watching the video, you're just dancing along.
Let's go. Authors write, I wonder why. It's to persuade, inform, or entertain. That's why, yeah, every time I write a refrain, it's to persuade, inform, or entertain. It's PIE, but I'll start with the I. I is for inform. That's when the authors try to inform you or give you information. They explain or describe a situation or a thing. Like
polar bears live in the north in the Arctic, the coldest spot on Earth. Their thick fur coat keeps them all warm. They swim, eat fish, and they're super duper strong.
Why did the author write all of that? Why? To tell us about polar bears. It was full of facts. The author's purpose was to inform. I wish I had a polar bear of my own.
Authors write, yeah, I wonder why. It's to persuade, inform, or entertain. That's PIE. Yeah, every time I write a refrain, it's to persuade, inform, or entertain. P is for persuade. That's what authors do when they have an opinion. They want you to have it too. Like visiting the ocean's more fun than a lake because it's bigger and there are way more waves. The author didn't just inform us about the sea. She has an opinion. She wants us to agree. When she said that the ocean's more fun, that's not a fact, that's an opinion. She wanted to persuade us or convince us like this: why you should buy me 20 toys for Christmas. What else persuades? Ads like this. They want to convince you to buy that drink. Ads, essays, billboards, and editorials all try to persuade. Yes, it's unavoidable. Pieces that persuade often inform too, but the decision to agree is up to you.
Authors write, yeah, I wonder why. It's to persuade, inform, and entertain. That's PIE. Yeah, every time I write a refrain, it's to persuade, inform, or entertain. Okay, P is entertain. If something's entertaining, then it's fun to read. It's engaging, and it goes stories, jokes, anecdotes, fiction tales. Yeah, you know, cartoons, comics, fantasy, most movies and the TV shows. The purpose is to make you watch or read. Like Sam woke up and saw he grew 6 feet. Was his mom even gonna nerd with him? All the kids in school will think that he's an alien. The author wrote that to entertain. It's pretty clear to me he made up the whole thing. Now some authors try to do more than one. Like I can tell you ocean facts in a way that's fun, and I can try to make you like the ocean too. I informed, entertained, and persuaded you. But most authors focus mostly on one. Now I'm feeling full cause the PIE is done. Author's purpose, I'm not talking pet dolphin. Purpose is the reason that you're writing, make it awesome. Author's purpose, I'm not talking pet dolphin. Purpose is the reason that you're writing, make it awesome.
Hey, that's a jam right there. So hopefully the video and the lesson has helped you to understand author's purpose a little better, because I know a lot of us were struggling with the author's purpose task cards while we were all at home quarantined. So your notes should look like this at the end. Then when you're done, you're going to turn in the notes by clicking the green check mark. Then your follow-up work is going to be the author's purpose task cards 1 through 10. Please use these notes. So I've included these notes in the author's purpose task cards activity. Great job, 4th graders.